Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements so that you can receive all your messages. All right, my friends, let's get started here. What is the energy around the week ahead for Virgo? There's the Ace of Rods coming out, Virgo. So there's something being handed to you. Will you take that baton? I think so. I think you're embarking on a new beginning here. I see the Chariot for you, the Ace of Rods, something that's very connected to you, but you're not really showing your whole emotional feelings. You're not revealing your emotional feelings about this. You're sort of hiding a little bit here and needing to be sort of more connected to gratitude, but there is something starting here and it's moving your energy. It's moving you. You might even be physically moving, but you're definitely on the move in terms of your energy is gaining momentum. You're definitely sort of creating things as you go here. There is this new beginning, but it's interesting. You're sort of holding back in the emotions and you're not really expressing how grateful you are for this moment that is beginning anew. I see why now. There's the bottom of the deck. I was just wondering, well, why not, Virgo? Because it's a big shift. This is transformative here. We see the Death card. This is something very sudden that's coming in to bring in a new beginning, but it could also be bringing in so much change that you're not able to sort of express your emotions about it. You're not really feeling grateful for this transformation. You've got that Four of Wands, which is ushering you through a gateway, a new beginning, a new gateway, and you're on the move, but emotionally you feel like you're not expressing yourself. You're not feeling, it's almost like you feel too guarded to express your emotions about anything that's going on right now. Why are you feeling so guarded, Virgo? And there's also this element of not accepting this shift. It's almost like, the universe is handing you this beautiful new beginning and you are ready for it in the sense of it's going to take you places, and you're moving this chariot right now. Like you're on the move with this new beginning. But this half of your reading has me sort of wondering, well, if that's the case, then why are you resisting it? Why are you resisting? Is it because it's bringing up a lot of emotions? Is it because it's so sudden and transformative? It may involve a difficult choice. It may involve sort of realigning yourself to, a different path, and that in itself is a bit jarring to you right now. So you're not feeling the sense of inner rewards. You're not feeling that sense of inner celebration of a new awakening to something. It's almost like you're holding back. You're resisting it. You're not connecting or integrating into this with surrender. If anything, you're resisting it, even though it's moving you in a positive direction. For some reason, you're not open to it. There's the Sun, in reverse, feeling very pessimistic. You're not feeling like you can you're not seeing your prosperity here, even though it's here. You're not seeing it. You're looking at this as the glass is half empty. I feel like it's the shift. It's moving you in a new direction, and you might not have wanted that direction just yet. Even though this new direction is bringing in sort of a higher vibration for you, and it's connecting you to sort of a more spiritual path, you might be resisting that. There may be some elements of this journey that you don't want to be on because it's going to involve a lot of change. That might be why you're resisting this, Virgos, because you might be thinking to yourself, but I don't want to change. But I don't want things to change. Even though it looks to me like they're moving in a very positive direction, you don't see it that way. You're not seeing it that way. You're seeing this as a burden, and you're overthinking all of this, and you're fearing the outcome of this big shift. you're not celebrating this shift. You're overthinking it a little bit, Virgo, and you're starting to overthink it to the point where now you're predicting outcomes and they're freaking you out, and you're feeling like, well, I don't want this. I don't want this. Yeah, and there's, look at that. You got the Two of Wands coming out here. There's your crossroads and the Ace of Swords. So it's like this, in order for you to see this as a positive shift, it's almost like you have to decide that first and then go for it. You know, don't stay at this crossroads where you're sort of humming and hawing. Well, do I accept this Ace of Wands? Do I take it? Do I run with it? I feel like this is coming in and it's bringing in a big mental conflict for you so that you can shift your perspective. And often these big transformative moments will ask us to change our minds about something or release a certain set of beliefs maybe that are very limiting. And I feel like you have a bit of pessimism here as you're overthinking this new beginning and you're not wanting to change. There is a bit of a fear around that change. We see here the Knight of Pentacles. So your energy is not focused right now. You might be over committed to a lot of things and things are suddenly starting to change around you, and that is bringing in some fear, some avoidance. You're sort of, you know, you're delaying maybe a decision here. You might be delaying making a decision, even though I feel like you're being guided to just surrender to this and to balance the practical with the spiritual here, and to balance out how you're thinking about this. I feel like you're really looking at how this change is going to negatively impact you instead of how this change might set you free from some things and really open things up for you. Perhaps you don't want things open right now. Perhaps you're happy sort of existing in the same sort of bubble that you've been in. But I feel like something is coming along to pop that bubble, to burst that bubble. And you can either sort of resist it, which may sort of make the experience feel different, you know, but ultimately I feel like this is happening. It's sudden. It could involve a Taurus, a Cancer, a Scorpio. There may be a Leo involved here. You got that Knight of Pentacles as well. And that is more Taurus, or sorry, that's Virgo energy. That's your energy, the Knight of Pentacles. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting time here for you. That Knight of Cups is Pisces. So for some of you, you could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with a water sign. You got all of them represented here. Could be a Taurus or another Virgo. And we're also seeing some fire sign. So this is interesting. Yeah. So the first card out for you here is spiritual or religious community. Join with like-minded people for friendship and increased spiritual support. I am sort of feeling that with the Hierophant here, and that idea of sort of balancing out the practical with the spiritual. You may need to look at this as sort of divine guidance, right? Even though you're overthinking it and you're hiding your emotions, you're resisting this big shift, you feel very pessimistic about this, and your energy is sort of scattered. It's not focused. You may need to connect to your higher self, to connect to God, to connect to Source, however it is that you believe in your higher self, your higher power. You may need to connect there. And even to connect with a different group of people that may sort of have that perspective for you, because I do feel like you could benefit from some support here, because having only one perspective is not serving you right now. You may need to look at this from a couple of different perspectives here. We're seeing here natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself. God made you naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. It's interesting to see that coming out here with reveal your true self. As you allow others to know the real you, you feel loved for who you truly are. And it's interesting to me because I feel like that Knight of Cups in reverse And this idea of not celebrating where you're at right now could be because you're in a place where you're not revealing how you really feel. You're not showing who you really are here. You're hiding some parts of yourself, and that's causing this sort of inauthentic vibe here. And it's interesting because I feel like by sort of surrendering to that and just being where you're at, like revealing where you're really at with things, and not really focusing too much on perfection. That it's funny because I glanced down at the bottom of the deck as I said that, and you do have the progress not perfection card. So you might be feeling like you don't want to have a new beginning because you don't want to be bad at anything. And ultimately, when we start new things, we have, we're not going to be as good at them as we are with things that we have had a lot of practice at. And I feel like this big shift is pushing you in a direction that's unfamiliar, and that the idea of not being excellent at it right away is got you sort of saying, I don't want this. Why would I want to start over again when I have been moving in this direction this whole time? And I feel like the answer that's coming through for you to that is because it's time. It's time for you to evolve again, Virgo. And I feel like you're sitting in a bit of resistance to that because you don't, this card says here, don't compare yourself to others or judge yourself. Instead, focus upon how far you've come and all that you've learned. So this is really an opportunity to integrate all your experiences instead of sort of just thinking about comparisons and I don't want to not be good at something, and really seeing this as divinely guided, because I see so many cards here that are showing me that you're sort of being offered this new beginning from source. Like this is coming from nowhere, in the sense of there's no explanation for this. This is just happening. And I always feel like those are those divinely guided moments where we're being guided to surrender to this and trust it, and sort of get out of your own way a little bit here and focus on this new beginning instead of denying it. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for you, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. I hope it's resonated for you. If it has, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing. If you would like a personal reading, you can find that information in the description below. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and light, my friends. Take care, and I look forward to reading for you again soon.